Welcome to the Visuals World. Subscribe, like, and share. If you always wanted to know top 10 clubs with most Premier League titles won, this post is for you. We have just ranked English clubs based on the number of Premier League titles they have won, and just guess which club ranks first. Yeah, you're right, Manchester United. 3 decades after its inception, the Premier League continues to set the standard for all others when it comes to creating the greatest excitement around the globe. The fact that more people desire to watch it than any other league gives it a lot of its strength. Before we get started, it's important to mention that we'll be telling you about the teams with the most Premier League championships in this article. We have also ranked these teams in the last part based on all of their major league championships, including Premier League and First Division. The First Division was the top division in the English Football League system prior to the establishment of the Premier League in 1992. The list of English clubs with most Premier League titles won. Here comes a list of top 10 English clubs who have won the most Premier League championships, with Manchester United topping the list. Please note that not all the clubs ranked here have always played in the Premier League. Just one season in the Premier League is enough, though most of them have been in the major English league for long enough to win its title. 10. Newcastle United. Although having won no Premier League title, Newcastle United have finished runners-up twice in the Premier League and consecutively, namely in 1995-96 and 1996-97 season. They have also won 4 First Division titles between 1904 and 1927 and 4 Championship titles between 1964 and 2017. Newcastle United have been present in 25 of all 28 Premier League seasons held to this date, with their longest run being 16 years. And besides winning 4 First Division titles, they also finished runners-up 5 times in the top-tier English league before the Premier League replaced it. Newcastle's top scorer is Alan Shearer, who not only was considered as one of the top EPL scorers at his own time, but also remained Newcastle's top scorer for 10 consecutive seasons, though in some of them jointly with his other teammate. 9. Sunderland. Like Aston Villa, Sunderland have never won a Premier League title. They even never finished runners-up during their 16-year presence in the English Professional League. However, they have won 6 First Division titles from 1891 to 1936. And like Aston Villa, they also can boast to be one of the oldest First Division champions since the league itself was founded in 1888. Sunderland have also 5 Second Division titles in the bag. In the Premier League, they never finished higher than 7th. And as already mentioned, they have been present in the EPL for 16 years, with their longest run being 10 years from 2006 to 2016. The Black Cats' best performance in the Premier League was in 1999 to 2000 and 2000 to 01 seasons, where they finished 7th on the league table. They have also finished runners-up 4 times in the First Division. 8. Aston Villa. And here the list of clubs who have won actual Premier League titles ends, since there is no other club left having won the EPL title. From here on, we name clubs who have won the most First Division titles, which was actually the highest tier in the English Football League system before the formation of Premier League. Please note that the clubs we name after this may have competed in the Premier League, but they have never won an EPL title. As for Aston Villa, they have been in the Premier League for 25 seasons out of all 28 EPL seasons held, but luck was never with them to win an EPL title. They just finished runners-up in the first season of the Premier League in 1992. However, the club has won 7 First Division titles within a century from 1893 to 1982 and can boast to be one of the oldest First Division champions, as the league itself was founded in 1888. Aston Villa have also won 2 Second Division titles, namely in 1937 to 38 and 1959 to 60 seasons, and finished runners-up 9 times when they competed in the First Division. Not a bad record. Villa could be considered as one of the middle to top-rated clubs in the English football. They are currently competing in the Premier League. They actually got promoted this season, but were out in the Championship for 3 consecutive seasons from 2016 to 2019. 7. Leicester City. As already mentioned, Leicester City have also won only 1 Premier League title, but that's enough to name them on the list of the clubs with most EPL titles won. They rank 6th jointly with Liverpool and Blackburn Rovers on the list, and this is the only title they have won since competing in the top tier of English Football League system. When in the second tier, however, Leicester City won 7 league titles, and it also should be noted that they finished once runners-up in 1928-29 season of the First Division of the first tier. The fact that Leicester City earned their Premier League title in 2015-16 season, just 2 seasons after their promotion to the major English league in 2013-14, and that they have not been relegated since, means the club is growing. Leicester City own the top scorer in the Premier League's current season, too, Jamie Vardy, with 23 goals. So, are they going to grow more and maybe win more Premier League titles? Only God knows. And one more thing. The club has been in the Premier League for exactly 14 years, although on and off. That means they have been present in half of all the Premier League seasons since its formation. 6. Blackburn Rovers. Only one Premier League title, and they rank 6th jointly with Leicester City and Liverpool on our list of English clubs with most Premier League titles won. Why we have chosen them over Leicester City is because they have also won 2 First Division titles while Leicester City haven't any. Blackburn Rovers are not among those clubs with perpetual presence in the Premier League. They have been present in the Premier League only for 18 years, with their longest run being 11. However, during this time they won 1 Premier League title. This is as some other clubs like Aston Villa and Everton have had a longer presence in the Premier League. The latter has always been in the Premier League since its formation, but have not won any league titles. That's actually what makes Rovers special. Blackburn Rovers have also finished runners-up once in the Premier League, namely in 1993-94 season. And the interesting thing about Blackburn Rovers is that they have also won 1 Second Division and 1 Third Division title. Seems always 1 title suffices for them, though they have won 2 First Division titles. 5. Arsenal. Only 1 title behind Manchester City. Arsenal ranks 4th among the clubs with most Premier League titles won. The Gunners have actually won 3 Premier League titles and 10 First Division ones, which sums up to 13 titles in total. Although behind Manchester City considering the number of Premier League titles won, Arsenal are in front of Sky Blues when it comes to the number of First Division titles won. While Manchester City have won only 2 First Division titles, Arsenal have earned the title 5 times higher, which translates to 10 First Division titles. And considering the most EPL titles plus First Division titles won, in other words, highest tier league titles won, Arsenal rank 3rd after Manchester United and Liverpool. And Arsenal are among the teams that have competed in the Premier League since its formation in 1992 and have never been relegated from it since, along with Chelsea, Everton, Manchester United, Liverpool, and Tottenham Hotspur. In fact, Arsenal have never played in the 2nd Division. They have always competed in the highest tier league in the English football, being it Premier League or First Division. And that's why they are one of the great English clubs despite not winning the most number of Premier League championships. 4. Manchester City. One of the clubs with most Premier League championships. Manchester City have actually won 6 Premier League titles so far plus 2 First Division ones, which sums up to 8 titles in total. The portion of their Premier League titles to all their league titles is 6-8, which gives a rating of almost 75%. And from the Premier League titles Manchester City have won, 4 have been consecutive, namely the titles they won in 2017-18 and 2018-19 seasons, along with 2020-21 and 2021-22 season. Sky Blues have also finished runners-up 4 times since the formation of the Premier League in 1992, namely in 1999-2000, 2012-13, 2014-15, and 2019-20 seasons. So, although not topping the list of clubs with most EPL titles won, they are still among the top Premier League clubs if you consider that the rest of the clubs in the Premier League have won less titles than them. Manchester City rank 4th, as you see, on the list of English clubs with most Premier League titles won. And the 2 First Division titles they won was in 1936-37 and 1967-68 season. However, they still rank 1st, although not among the clubs with most Premier League titles won, but just guess in what? Yeah, this concerns the 2nd Division. They rank 1st jointly with Leicester City considering the most number of 2nd Division titles won. 3. Liverpool. Concerning the total number of Premier League and First Division titles won, Liverpool ranks 2nd after Manchester United with a total of 19 titles won so far. However, from all these titles only one of them is a Premier League title. So, that means Liverpool have won almost all their titles when they were competing in the First Division. And considering the portion of Premier League titles they have won to all their titles, they get a rating of 6%, which is for sure behind Chelsea, Manchester City, and Arsenal. However, considering the number of titles won so far, both Premier League and First Division, Liverpool is ahead of the above-mentioned clubs with 19 titles. You call them one of the clubs with most Premier League titles won? Both yes and no. Yes if you consider the Premier League and First Division as one, and no if you differentiate between them. You can also see that from another point of view. As Premier League is currently the top tier of English football league system, so is First Division. So, you have a right to consider them as one and call Liverpool one of the top clubs in the highest tier of English football. 2. Chelsea. With 5 Premier League titles to their name, Chelsea are the 3rd club after Manchester United to have won most Premier League titles to this day. And if you know that they have won 6 league titles in total, both Premier League and First Division, you'll admit that they have performed much better in the Premier League. For your information, they have also won 2 Second Division titles. Let's take it a little bit further. In terms of the portion of Premier League titles won to all titles won, we mean all First Division and Premier League titles. Chelsea ranks 2nd with a rating of near 85%, but only after Leicester City, who have won only 1 Premier League title during their history and no First Division won. So, we can say among the English clubs who have won both Premier League and First Division titles, Chelsea's rating is better than all. And half of Chelsea's titles have been won in the past decade. Namely the Premier League titles they won in 2009-10, 2014-15 and 2016-17 season, but no consecutive title. Chelsea have never finished runners-up either in the Premier League or First Division. 1. Manchester United, the winner of the first Premier League title in the major English league history. Actually, in 1992-93 season, Manchester United have won the most number of Premier League titles to this date. They have actually won 13 Premier League titles so far, which is more than 2 times the number of EPL titles. The second position on the list, Chelsea have only won 5 Premier League titles. But concerning the number of First Division titles won, Manchester United trail behind Liverpool and Arsenal, who have won 18 and 10 First Division titles, respectively. Manchester United have only won 7. However, if you add the number of Premier League and First Division titles Manchester United have won so far, they rank first again with 20 titles in total. Behind them again come Liverpool and Chelsea with 19 and 13 titles won in total, both Premier League and First Division. And concerning the number of consecutive league titles won, Manchester United rank first again with 2 sets of 3 consecutive titles, namely the titles won from 1998 to 2001 and from 2006 to 2009, part of the period during which the Red Devils had Alex Ferguson as their manager, and 2 sets of 2 consecutive titles, namely the titles won from 1955 to 1957 and 1995 to 1997. They are the champions, indeed. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share.